Hello everyone. So I'm Dr. Premal Patel from Silver University as we are continuing these sessions according to the learning of JSP. So as we have discussed in the previous session about JSP, implicit objects, how it works and what is importance of it. Now let us come to JSP action elements. So in the JSP action elements, these action elements or tags are used to control the flow between the page and to use the Java beans. So we all know the concept of Java bean that is basically used for the reusability of the components or the data in Java. So for that we are using it, right? Now uh, we can see here there are few example JSP action elements, the JSP param, JSP includes, JSP forward, JSP plugins. So these are the action elements I have mentioned. So we can dynamically insert a file or reuse the Java beans component through these action elements. How it works? So it works in XML syntax. So we all are aware with how the XML is used and what is the importance of XML in web technology or web pages. So here we have mentioned the example that how the action element is work. So you can see the include pages we have mentioned, right? Then the flush, this keyword basically used to suppose is there any data available in the we can say in the background or in a queue. So it will clear the cache memory and we can use the data. We can retrieve the data. So JSP param, the parameters we can see the parameters name and the value we can insert over here. So how it works that also we will see in example. The JSP expression language, EL scripting. So expression language, basically it is very important part in a JSP. Like expression language is used to produce scriptless JSP page. As we have discussed that in a JSP, whatever the data we want to perform as a Java code in JSP, that we have to mention, write in a scripting or scriptlet, those all the components we are using. Okay, so uh, if we want to use this JSP expression language, so it is basically useful for scriptless JSP page. JSP expression language can create arithmetic and login expression. Then also it is also useful to access the application data stored in Java Beans component. In a Java Beans component, which type of data is stored? So you can see here we have discussed like in action elements, the parameters name, value. Okay, these are the things we can store in this XML format. So those data we can access through the expression language. How it works? So this dollar from and in curly bracket we have to write the expression. So that is the basic syntax. JSP implicit object is scripting elements used to reduce the Java code inside the scripting elements. Basically, in the scripting elements, we are writing the Java code, but through the expression language, we can reduce the code and we can directly calculate some values through this expression language. So let us see in example. You can see these are the expression language implicit objects here mentioned: request scope, session scope, application scope, param value, header value, cookies, these all the things. So we can utilize these all the objects according to our requirement. Let us come to the practical. Now we are going to create one more JSP file. Okay, test one. The JSP file is created. Now I'm going to remove this component, this code, and going to start in body part. We have to write the code. So JSP, then right now, first of all, we have to mention JSP page. From there we can redirect this expression. So page is equal to page 2.jsp and is include. So JSP include, we are including the page, the name of that page, test2.jsp. Right now, test2.jsp is not available. So also we are parallelly creating that page, JSP test2. So test2 page is also ready. Now we can see the use of this keyword. If the page output is buffered and the flush attribute is given a true value, then the buffer is flushed prior to the inclusion. So any buffer data is there and we want to fetch some data. So the older data can be flushed to this keyword if it is true. So we are mentioning it as a true. JSP include that we are going to close. Okay. Now let us create the parameter JSP, then parameter. Here in parameter, we can give two things, name of that parameter and value of that parameter. So these two things we have to give here. First of all, we are giving name. Okay. In the name, I'm going to write first name, the value. Okay. The first name that I'm going to value as a Jaini and closing the component. Now, few more parameters that I'm going to add. First name, then middle name and last name. These three parameters I'm going to add. Hemal, middle name, and the last name is Patel. Going to save this component, and while I am going to run this test one file. So while I will run this file, let's see what is the output. Hello world. This output is coming from, I think it is from test2. Test2, hello world. Because what we have mentioned here, the file name we have included test2.jsp. So from test2.jsp it is fetching the record. So here only we have inserted the data, right? Now how we can redirect those data? So for that things, we are going to code here. Now we will use this concept of expression language. So dollar prompt, as we have seen here, it is mentioned like used to access application data stored in Java Beans component. So I want to access those data from the component. How I can access? Dollar, then param dot first name. That is my first component I want to access. Then read the line. Let us see the example. You can see in a test1.jsp, the name Jainik is displayed, right? Now I'm going to copy and paste all the things. First name, middle name, and last name. These three component I want to display on test one. You can see here test1.jsp I have mentioned. So in a test one, I'm going to run that file. Okay, Jainik Premal Patel. His name is displayed on that program. Now suppose I want to uh, reuse those components. What I will do? Just I will put it in that place, save. So that is the main advantage of, you can see in the Java bin. We can reuse the component and it is easily accessible. If you will write any wrong component or the name of parameter, it will take a blank space or uh, no data that I am going to give the name. And while I will run, you can see the component is not showing any data, right? So it will fetch the record from the XML file, what we have mentioned as the name of that parameter. Okay, and that name of the parameter is matched with this expression language, then and only it will show the data. Otherwise, it will not fetch the record. So this is how we can use it. As we have seen in an example, in expression language, it can also create arithmetic and logical expressions. So how it can create arithmetic and logical expressions? For that, let us see uh, dollar and a is equal to 5 that I am going to write. That means I have create one value 5 for the a. A is equal to, this will be the display. This portion will be display on the screen, but this part is show only the value, right? Save, and you can see a is equal to 5. No require is a is equal to 5, right? Now Suppose I want to declare any more variable. So what I have to do here? B is equal to, okay, A is equal to 50, B is equal to dollar A, sorry, B is equal to 40. So you can see here A is equal to 50 and B is equal to 40. Now, if I will write A is equal to B, it will display the same message which I have write. But if I will write this part in expression elements, it will show false. So arithmetic expression, logical expression or arithmetic expression can be utilized here to this component. We can see it is false. I will write, okay, I can also print A plus B is equal to 90. If I will write A plus B is equal to, say, A plus B is equal to 90. So that arithmetic expression also we can use for calculation purpose, right? For logical purpose, we can use like dollar, then A greater than B, A greater than B. What should be the output here in form of the true or false? So obviously it will show true because A, the value of A is equal to 50, the value of B is equal to 40. So A greater than B, that's true. But now suppose I will write this component A in single quote and B in a single quote. Now what will be the output? That will be false. It is not true, it is false. A is not greater than B. So here it is considering A and B as a character. So this character A is not greater than character value of B. So as a string or character it is compare, the value can be differ. If you are comparing as a integer or as a numeric value, the output can be differ. So how you want to compare with each other, that you have to properly mention here. According to that, you can utilize these expressions, logical, arithmetical expressions you can utilize. So this is the benefit. You can see this code we have write here without any script plate. Okay. So this code, like we have calculate this the value of A and B. So that is also we have mentioned without any Java code. It is clearly in a JSP page. So that is the main advantage in JSP expression language. So thank you everyone for this session. Okay, now in the next session we will discuss more the programming as well as few concepts of JSP. So thank you.